Well, hey there! It's time, I think, for another Olympic update video, so without further ado, let's check it out. So, nothing really has changed in this area, the grand staircase, except for this lovely little thing here. We got this from Dooku. He had this on his Titanic and he was kind enough to let me use it here. We also put in these player heads here on the kind of knobs there. I don't really know what they're called, but yeah. Makes for a much nicer experience rather than just like 3 walls, a torch and a head. That looks a little bit weird. So how about we move down, shall we? Ooh, grand staircase complete hype. Yes, we shall see that soon enough. I think I showed this last time, the B-deck landing. Or actually, I don't think I did, to be honest. But yeah, it's here. Finished this. We have actually finished B-deck altogether, me and Dooku. So we have the cabins here. These are mostly, not mostly, but pretty much exactly the same as the ones on the deck above. So there's not much to say. Yeah, we have some a small inside cabin here. We also have the bathrooms and lavatories. And yeah, it goes all the way to the front of the superstructure. We have a window here that looks out over the wonderful forecastle deck. We have... no, not this one. This one is probably the smallest first class cabin. It's so small. It is occupied. No, it's not occupied. This one's occupied by Capitan Creeper. It's a little bit larger. But yes, anyway, let us move back again to some more interesting stuff, maybe. Unless you consider cabins interesting, I kinda do. Promenade deck, of course, out here. We have finished all the staterooms. So I'm gonna do one side first and then move on to the other one. So this is the Adam style sitting room. We have shown this on stream actually, but yeah, I'm gonna show it here as well. Most of these are built by Daytona or Dooku. If I built one, I'm just gonna say so. So always assume they're made by Dooku. We have the Italian Renaissance room. We have a private bathroom as well as a French room, French style room. All the names here are of these styles that they're decorated in. This suite here, suite belongs to Slade Blade, a friend of mine that plays on the server. We have the Dutch suite here. This is the modern Dutch. Private bath as well as an old Dutch. And a modern Dutch as again, it's a little bit different. Supposedly this one was a little bit different because historians noted that on photographs the, shall we say, tone of the colors appeared a little bit different. It's in black and white, of course, but that led to the theory that it may have been different. So this is sort of a leading theory right now. It would have been green, or another color at least. Moving aft, we have a modern style. This was the most common style. It was used far more heavily in the stern or farther aft. I think this is the Georgian style room. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm probably gonna put up some text on the screen if I'm wrong. Modern again. We have a French style. As well as a, was this Louis? It's one of the Louis styles, so either Louis the 14th, 15th or 16th. We have a modern style again here. Here is an expansion joint. Oh well, the expansion joint would have been, yeah, up here. They still had this little space here for the decks to flex a bit on the high seas. Here is another French cabin. We have a modern one, as well as a bathroom. And I think I showed these ones. These are also modern style. And over here we also have these two, which are modern style. And there's a wine room, so that's pretty nice. And I showed the restaurant last time. Let's move on to the other side. We also put this one here. Modify this one. Yeah, this belongs to Capybara. Modern style on these as well. Here in the stern, these rooms are mirrored on both sides, so they're the same. Modern and French again, and then we have an expansion joint. Modern. Oh, I can't remember this one. Louis XV or maybe. Very unique. It's decorated in grey painted paneling. Probably wouldn't have been this grey. Probably more of a even lighter grey, but we can't really get that in Minecraft with the blocks. So this one I built actually, so I chose to make some artistic liberty, take some artistic liberty, and yeah, make it grey. I think it looks neat. French style, we have, you can tell this belongs to a certain person. This is MK spinach rat hot sauce with the American flag. So yeah, this is his cabin. I think I'm losing my voice. We have a modern style again. This would be Louis XIV or 15th. Modern. And yeah, this I showed last time. This is the Empire style. I built this suite. Queen Anne. And then we have the Louis XVI. And this suite belongs to me. All mine. It's perfect. Here is Daytona's cabin, or Dooku. This is French style. And here is the Empire style again. It's quite a different style from the one back there. And Louis XVI, also very different from the one over there. The sitting room. I truly do love these rooms, Dooku. You've done a wonderful job. Would not have done it better myself, 100%. Oh, jeez. It's just very fitting that I say I couldn't have done it better myself, and then I discovered that. Anyway, that is B-deck. Almost. I'm gonna go all the way back here again. And we'll check out the galley for the restaurant here. So yeah, I did this the other day. It was the last thing I did on B-deck. This was where they cooked the food for the restaurant. They have a large, one of these bain-maries or whatever. They have put the pots full of food in hot water. I think this is at least. Or that might just be an iron range, so maybe ignore what I said, or maybe don't. It depends. We have I think this is a butcher's room. Butcher's thing, yeah. We have this spiral staircase that goes up to boat deck as well here. That is a galley. I don't believe there's anything. Yeah, well, never mind. We have the staircases here built for the smoking room. This one I've shown before, but the staircases here are finished on this deck. And I have the elevator here as well. Goes up. Elevators do indeed usually go up and down, so it's good that one does as well. We have the aft staircase here as well. Goes down. Not up though. It is very interesting. This one does go up to boat deck. That is B deck. Shall we move down to C deck? So if we go to the bow again, to the grand staircase, and whoop, go down. C deck. Landing of the staircase I've also finished. We did this on stream actually. We have the cloakroom here, which was only on Olympic, was never on Titanic. And then they even deleted this in a refit later, and I think was 1912. It did not stay here for long. we have some beginning of some cabins here. We haven't gone around to building this area yet here. We laid it out though, so we'll get around to doing that soon enough. We have the elevators. Here is the inquiry office or inquiry room, where you would book bath times, as well as if you wanted to take a swim in the swimming pool or a Turkish bath, you would go here. Here is the purser's office. I guess this is where they would have kept all the valuables you could leave here if you wanted to. And yeah, more cabins that we need to build eventually. And here are the staterooms on C deck, which would have been similar in style to the ones above. Just a little bit different, and there's also 4 more. It goes all the way over here. And what we go here is the aft ground staircase on this level. You see it's this one. This one we also did on stream. We did a lot on that stream. Yeah, the barber shop here, the first class one. You could get your hair and beard cut, as well as buy some nice souvenirs. You can even buy a creeper head, believe it or not. That's pretty nice. I think we should move back a bit. We have the second class enclosed promenade. Goes on both sides here. And this of course leads out to the well deck. But this is third class, this is second class. I only open this up so you can easily move between, but this is supposed to be locked. I guess it's an emergency escape door, but yeah, you get what I mean. Staircase here again, the aft one. I haven't built what's underneath yet, we'll get to that. This is where people went to dance. There's a very famous photograph of second class passengers dancing here. And then there's the band here that plays on the piano, and yeah, good times. Not very large space, but they probably had their fun anyway. This is the second class library, or the lounge. It served the same purpose. So yeah, it has a similar furniture to the smoking room, but very different decorative style on the walls. Also had a large bookcase here, which I could read a bit from. And here's the forward staircase. We should move off. There's some more stuff on C deck that I completed. There's another stream's worth of progress that we did. This is the third class area. So this is the main staircase. It goes down to, I believe it goes down to G deck, all the way down. And we have the general room, which was kind of the lounge for third class passengers. We even had a piano here, so good times. Good times was held by all. And we have the smoking room on this side. And there's even a bar here, so they can get some refreshments, so should they so desire, which I imagine a lot of them did. I would at least. Anyway, let's move down to D deck. Ooh, here's some... Oh, actually, forgot this. Third class on D deck. Staircase goes down here. There's some cabins here, which we did as well. Here's the 2 single baths for third class. Actually, I think they may have had like 2 more, a couple more maybe. But yeah, they didn't have much in terms of bathrooms. Or bathrooms they had, but not baths. Anyway, this is this is probably the best third class cabin you could get. There's not that many beds in here, so you have it reasonably private. You even had running water from a tank. So was in a stern where the families and single women would travel. So they would get the best accommodation on the ship for third class, compared to in the bow where they would not get as well. Not as good, to be sure. But yeah, these almost look the same. We have probably the weirdest cabin on the ship, since we are in the stern here with in the kind of a bow section. You had this very odd shape where it kind of goes up. One single window here and see out. Yeah, you have this weird space here as well, which I haven't actually finished yet. I think it's supposed to be a store of some kind. We'll get around to that soon. Yeah, same on the other side. We have two lavatories here. A lot of toilets, a lot of places to wash yourself. This is the gentlemen and ladies. There's also a surgery here, which did not mean that literally cut off body parts or cut into people. No, this was just a place to go to the doctor, basically. This is, I believe it's called surgery in Britain, or at least was. Yeah, don't quote me on that. That's what I've heard, at least. We'll go around, and we'll get to that soon, to D deck. I'm working on, we can actually go here first. We have the open space for third class. This is what I've been doing today, worked on that. Not done yet, of course. And we also have the E deck entranceway on E deck here. Here is the D deck boarding entrances and the elevators, as well as the reception room, which I love how it turned out. Very large room, not the largest, however. I finished this the other day as well, and I love this chandelier, whatever it's called. This was Duke who did this with the candles. I love it. I have a lot of furniture here, though evidently not enough, as they actually, room was completely full on Olympic during certain times of the day, so they added even more chairs on Titanic, and then even cut down these entrances here, made them L-shaped instead of box-shaped, and then on Britannic they just essentially made them small rooms on the sides. So it's one big massive room on Britannic. As you can see, we haven't done anything here yet. We'll get to that. And here we go. The dining saloon for first class. Ooh, I finished this yesterday, actually. Extremely happy with this, how this turned out. Largest room on the ship, probably the largest room I've ever built in this scale, with the exception of the boiler rooms, of course, but those aren't really finished, so yeah. Massive room. One interesting difference on Olympic is that they actually had two different doorways on each side. This one was removed later in favor of one extra table here. I think they realized that they didn't really need this one. One on each side here was enough. So yeah, love this room. Anyway, let's go back, go off again to second class. We have the second class dining saloon. Really like the design in this room, the decor, with these kind of wall paneling things. And yeah, I think it turned out really cool. Turned out really well. Let's go to E deck here. Started work on Scotland Road, or the main crew alleyway, crew corridor. See, oh, this was also a change from Olympic. When they cut down the these, they removed this crew staircase that went down to this E deck here. This was never on Titanic. very interesting little change that did not last long at all. But yeah. So yeah, this is what I've done here so far. Not much progress done. I think I showed this. I'm not sure if I've shown this. I laid out the boiler rooms here. The first two, the number 5 and number 6. Also have the watertight doors. These would have been emergency escape ways here. You could also climb all the way up here. I haven't added the ladders in yet. Yeah, not much to say yet. Here we are at the entrance here again on E deck. We can... Oh, went too far. Yeah, E deck grand staircase, or grand with... Yeah, not that grand. Went down here. Have the start of some cabins here as well. We'll get around to that. We also have the elevators on this deck. And moving on to F deck. You've all seen the swimming pool, I think, maybe. Anyway, it's here. Also added this springboard. They had this on Olympic for a little while, but then they removed it because I think it was too dangerous. I don't know if people hit their head in the ceiling, but I can imagine they did. Kind of want to imagine they did. Oh yeah, here's the beginning of the Turkish baths. We have some shampooing rooms here. And small toilet. Have not built the cooling room itself. This is something that Dooku is meant to do, so you know, get to work, slave. I'm sorry. Anyway, oh yeah, need to show this first. This is the temperate room, I think. We have the steam room, which is essentially a sauna, as well as a... I don't know if this is called anything, hot room maybe, but yeah. This is essentially a spa complex. You would first go into here, heat yourself up a bit, go into here, cool down a little bit, then go into here, cool down even more, and then shampoo yourself, and then you go into here and take a nice fresh bath. I think that was the general intent of it, at least. Maybe not that order, but yeah, you get the idea. Also did some detailing in this hallway. You see these cool watertight doors. I like how these turned out. These were actually operated from the deck above here. You would put down a crank, I suppose, and then you would crank them shut. So these... I don't think you could close these automatically. I think that was only for the ones on the tank top, but do correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah. I do believe that's all for the passenger areas. Can move back here. We have the beautiful engines, which are built by Jet or Project Titanica. Very nice how they turned out, although we'll have to do something here with the wall. It's kind of, yeah, pushing through it a bit. I don't know if I've shown this. I basically just laid out the engine rooms here. I haven't done anything more than that. Electric engine room here. And some shaft alleyways. But yeah, that's pretty much all the progress so far. So thank you all guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.